佢哋係人命嚟㗎，係人命嚟㗎。
Hello friends, November 12, 2019, I fly to Hong Kong as a tourist to City. After arrival, I went to Hong Kong to have a dinner and take a walk around the city. When I saw a group of people blocking the intersection with the garbage cans and breaking traffic lights, I remembered that protests began again in Hong Kong. From 1832 to 1997, Hong Kong was a British colony, and from July 1st, 1997, a special administrative region with the PRC. For 15 years, he was guaranteed autonomy in all areas except defense and foreign policy. This form of interaction between Hong Kong and the mainland was called one country, two systems. Over the 115 years of British rule in Hong Kong, a new ethnic group of people has been formed who were originally ethnic Cantonese. Of these, the Hong Kong stood out who didn't consider themselves Chinese. They consider themselves as separate people. Mass protests provoked by the consideration of the amendment of the extradition law began in Hong Kong in early June. The bottom line for her consideration was the murder of a golden in Taiwan committed by a resident of Hong Kong. However, opponents of the bill considered that this would undermine the independence of the judiciary in Hong Kong in accordance with the principle of one country, two systems, and allow the central government to fight against undesirable authorities. On October 23, after large-scale protests, the Hong Kong authorities officially withdrew the extradition bill, despite the fact that the Hong Kong authorities complied with the most important requirement of demonstrators. This not only did not reach the protesters, who considered the decision to be late, but also led to a new wave of protests.
而家亦都有好多個直播，所以會見到嘅，所以警方亦都請你保持克制。
In 2014, a rehearsal of current events took place, the so-called Umbrella Revolution, when the PRC decided to appoint its people the head of the Hong Kong administration. Hong Kong residents didn't approve of the interference of the PRC authorities in the elections, believing that they had the right to decide their fate themselves. The Umbrella Revolution was a rehearsal for current events. The protesters lack any leader. Protests are organized by the method of flashing sparks, when protests simultaneously begin in completely different places. Protesters now work together, which areas and road to block, weekly reform of the clashes with the police, a clear and professional organization.
香港人聽得見㗎。屌你老母！
頂樓舉槍射向市民嘅警察，請你留意，你嘅距離咧，你咁樣射落去咧，係好容易射到市民嘅頭部嘅，因為你係向高空發射。屋企都有仔女，我唔知道係咪應該要咁樣做。嗱，而家所有嘅記者咧都喺度睇緊嘅。
射殺市民係你哋啊！
香港係咪要成為一個好特別嘅地方，去濫用暴力？
攬你乜啊？閪乜攬？
嗱，而家又繼續向住市民咁發射啦。你哋咁樣射法咧，好似佢哋嘅頭當家，佢哋頭上面係冇戴頭盔，你見唔見到？而你哋咧係全部都有好重防嘅裝備。
The protesters are young people and middle-aged people. The youngest protester, who was detained by the police, is a student in the school for 20 years. The vast majority are university students. The guests are equipped with a gas mask, goggles, masks, umbrellas, and medicines. They use force with a molotov cocktails, bombs and crossbows, bricks and catapults. Also use road signs as shields for protection.
Hey yo, what's just another bomb track? Okay.
When about 2 million people gather in one place to protest, the city begins to choke. When the protests escalate into riots, the city stops. The blocked subway and the set fire to metro cars, blocked main roads and highways, set fire to resident and police cars. And this is not an exhaustive list. Because of the unrest, shops are closing, people can't get to work, schools and universities cancel classes, and the work of communal services is difficult. Civilians are middle-aged and older people. Civilians don't handle the protesters. They support the protesters and don't approve of China's policies, but they also don't like the riots, because they need to work and move around the city. Civilians can often be seen picking up rubble and barricades on the road, so that urban transport starts to work.
Some of those that work forces, you're the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of.
And little about politics. November 15, as a result of riots in Hong Kong, the first day, he was a 17-year janitor who was wounded in the head with a brick and died on Tuesday, becoming the first Hong Kong resident to die directly from the riots. Chinese authorities and pro-government activists have long accused the West of fomenting unrest in Hong Kong and countering the resolution of the situation. Pro-Chinese publications with a private opinion on the situation in Hong Kong have been removed in such social networks like Twitter, Facebook, and others. It's unlikely that all American social networks carry out such identical policy toward Hong Kong completely on their own initiative. This situation cannot but become another fault line in the resolution between the USA and China. In China, perhaps, public opinion is being prepared for a violent resolution of the situation. All this aim brings the unrest that has already led the Hong Kong economy to recession, which has shown the highest level since 2009, with a 3.3% drop in GDP per quarter to a new level. In annual terms, the third quarter, the city's economy decreased by 2.9%. Hong Kong residents suffer, while two corporations measure strength.
It's a beautiful world where you live in. Straight romantic place. Beautiful people everywhere. The way they show they care makes me want to say it's a beautiful world. Oh, a beautiful world for you.